Hello beautiful and welcome to this week's masculine, feminine, unconditional love reading and messages for everybody on a path of unconditional love, peace, bliss, freedom, acceptance and joy. These words that just wanted to say hello and some of my favourite things. So I hope you've had an incredible week. I'm still very much feeling the full moon energy. I'm not actually a ritualistic person. I go through stages, but the moon and nature, I suppose, is really my connective play. They're my playthings, I suppose. Or they're the things that affect me and impact me and feel greater, you know? The things that feel special. And the moon, the full moon, is always a powerful, powerful time for me. Just even the light. The amount of light that the moon can cast when it's full is quite incredible. So, and yes, so we're still in that full moon energy whilst I'm recording this. I kind of consider the 24 hours around the full moon, you know, to be the full moon. And so it's a lovely energy to be here with you in. So yeah, bit of an extra move around of the cards. And then let's just dive in. I do not know what's going to come out. There's a lot of things that have happened this week, energetically or in terms of what's been happening. I've been used very, very intensively this week, and so yeah, let's just have a look to see what is coming up and what wants to say hello. And in we go. Bottom of the deck, King of Swords. King of Swords is on the bottom of the deck when I just took the cards out. And I know what this is about. It's the similar carry on from last week. And it's about logic. It's saying there are two things going on right now. There is an opportunity for a huge amount of clarity. And the King of Swords is clear, concise, logical, aware. Actually, aware doesn't seem to fit that much because awareness is greater than intellect. Yeah? It's just broader. It's broader than the intellect. But there is, you know, when it interacts, when the intellect and the clarity interacts with awareness, you know, it's extremely powerful. It's very, very much needed. So there is this energy of clarity, of knowing, of direction. But then at the same time, when that energy is moving towards stickiness, what I call stickiness, it can be stubborn. It can be didactic, it can be controlling, it can be unmoving. And so we really have to be careful with how we're using our logic. Logic is not good or bad like anything. Logic can be used, you know, can be used in a creative way or it can be used in a destructive way. And it can feel creative or destructive for ourselves in our lives. And so the King of Swords is saying, yes, it's saying be clear in your thinking. He's saying be clear in your thinking. But he's also saying, but don't attach to your thoughts. Be aware that logic and thought and intellect is just that. It is not the truth. The truth is far greater than our intellect. And that's not to take away from the power of our thinking, but our thinking becomes truly powerful when we can see it and know it for what it is, and that is thought and intellect. So I'm having a thought about this, and that thought is impacting me and my environment in this way. And it is something that I've been doing this week for people very much so, is separating you from your thoughts. Because actually then we can use our intellect and our logic much more powerfully when we know it and see it for what it is and the tool that it is, and we don't identify with it. So the King of Swords, if he identifies with himself as right, he's going to get into trouble, because his belief that he is right all the time is going to stop him from experiencing other people's perspectives and opinions and life's own guidance, intuitive guidance through him, you see? So it's just that, especially when we're suffering, this end of suffering that I have been talking about and has been coming out in these cards is still happening. It's still happening. Sometimes we have to become more aware of our suffering in order to be able to choose not to experience it. So it keeps kind of saying, hey, do you want this? But most of the time, the key to seeing suffering and therefore not needing to experience it, because I do believe that we experience things and situations seemingly over and over so that we can actually see them more clearly. They just want to be seen. And it's seeing our thoughts, seeing our thought process. So you may be having a thought about a situation that recurs, but that doesn't mean that the situation is recurring. Very important message. It's your thought process that may be recurring and not the situation. Because sometimes people come to me and say, I need to get out of this. They get frustrated. They don't want to suffer anymore. I want to get out of this situation. It's recurring. It doesn't, it keeps happening over and over again. And it's really just the thoughts that you're having about things that are recurring, not the situation. Life is always changing and moving and different. A very, very important message. Right, and so on with the rest. We're going to go masculine this side. He feels like he has a lot to say.
This week's reading is all about how the masculine is shifting things around practically to move into a harmonious place with the feminine. How he can and is moving around things in his life in a big way. So check it out.